Hi friends. So as per the recent reports, it looks like it's very likely that India is going to make history soon. India might just be the first Asian country to sell a complete missile system to France. Prime Minister Modi recently has announced along with the French President Emmanuel Macron openly that the French army is really interested in the Pinaka missile system. So he has invited the French army over to India to check out this missile system, and Macron has also agreed to this invitation. So the French army will be coming to India very soon to look into the Pinaka missile system. Now let's dive into this topic further, but before we get into the details, let's discuss the IMEC corridor, which is also a huge development. So let's speak about strengthening India-France relations, the IMEC corridor. So Prime Minister Modi has recently tweeted, a historic moment has been observed in Marseille. Now Marseille is a famous city in France, and India and France have both decided to extend the IMEC, which stands for International Maritime Economic Corridor, to create a Mumbai-Marseille corridor. So both these countries are taking a lot of steps to strengthen their relations further. But before we move forward, I want to talk about our brave Indian soldiers who had fought in the World War I. Honoring Indian soldiers, a tribute in Marseille. So when Prime Minister Modi visited Marseille, there is a very famous war cemetery here. If you look around, you'll see many Indian names. This war cemetery is dedicated to the soldiers, especially the Indian soldiers who had fought in the World War I, which lasted from 1914 to 1919. Over 1.7 million Indian soldiers had fought in that war, and unfortunately, 60,000 of them had lost their lives. Many European countries haven't forgotten this, and they continue to respect Indian soldiers. France is one of those countries. You can check out Emmanuel Macron's recent tweet from when Modi had visited. He mentioned that 1 lakh Indian soldiers fought for France in 1914, and about 10,000 of them never made it back home. He also quoted, they set foot in Marseille soil before fighting in the mud of the trenches, unaware that they were going to die. The sacrifice of those soldiers will always connect France and India. So you'll see both PM Modi and Macron at this war memorial, which truly reflects the special bond shared between India and France. So let's speak about this special bond between India and France further. We should never forget our history. Marseille connects the past of India and France, and in the future also, it's going to play a key role in strengthening our ties. Now, if you remember, India's Foreign Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar had once said that France is like Lakshman for India, just like Lakshman supported Lord Ram, as we know from the Ramayana. Both countries are in a very similar geopolitical situation and continue to support each other, further strengthening their ties. Let's speak about the IMEC corridor, which is bridging India and Europe. So, do you know what France's larger plan is? Well, it's the IMEC corridor, which will connect Europe to India. Now, if you look at the map, you'll see that the plan involves connecting coastal cities in India through the Middle East, passing through Israel, and all the way to Europe. The main route is going to go through Marseille. France has proposed that we build the Marseille-Mumbai corridor as a historic link between India and France. Recent reports and documents suggest that this could soon become a reality. The IMEC corridor is said to be one of the biggest projects of the 21st century, connecting India and Europe economically. So once this is done, India will have a direct trade route to Europe. Goods from Mumbai will go to the UAE, and from there to Saudi Arabia, then to Israel, and from Israel they'll head straight to Europe. Countries in Europe are already welcoming Indian goods, and Italy is also ready to participate. France is openly saying that Marseille is the perfect location for this. Once Indian cargo arrives here, it will easily connect with the major European economies like Germany, Spain, France, and even the UK. Remember that in the past, trade routes were long and full of problems. But now, if the Marseille-Mumbai corridor is set up properly, it will completely redefine the trade between India and Europe. Let's speak about the Pinaka Missile System, India's powerful defense technology. So if France, which is a member of the UN Security Council and it is also a country with nuclear weapons, so if France buys India's missile system, the whole world will notice. People have always thought that India was dependent on the USSR or Russia for weapons, but now we are exporting our own missile systems to France. France is clearly showing trust in India's missile technology, which is great news for India. So Pinaka is a multi-rocket system developed by India. It is named after Lord Shiva's bow Pinaka, which was a very powerful weapon according to the Hindu mythology. The system can fire 12 rockets in just 44 seconds. And if you have a few batteries of Pinaka, you can literally wreak havoc over squares of kilometers, even if the enemy is 60 to 70 kilometers away. The rockets are incredibly fast, making them hard to intercept. Right now, Pinaka has two variants, Mark 1 with a range of 40 km and Mark 2 with a range of 75 km. Work is also currently underway on Mark 3, which will have a range of 120 to 300 kilometers. The Pinaka system was used in the Kargil war against Pakistan and was proved to be very successful. Armenia has also purchased it from India and has seen great results. The French military is now considering Pinaka as an alternative to the US made HIMARS rocket system. So Armenia was happy with it, so maybe France's military will be happy too. This could lead to a strong relationship between India and France as well. Now let's speak about France's role as India's strategic partner. Imagine how proud Indians will feel if a technologically advanced country like France buys our defense equipment. So, besides defense, France is also interested in building small modular reactors for India, and we'll see further developments in this area soon. Whether it's defense, economy, trade, or geopolitics, as Dr. Jaishankar had said, France is truly acting like India's Lakshman. Just like Lakshman supported Lord Ram, France is supporting India today, which is great news for India in establishing itself as the new and emerging world leader.